Okay, I'm back. I had to take a picture of it before the fog went away because it's starting to dissipate now. So, well, I'm having a pretty good day. Woke up with high spirits, woke up in a good mood. Thought, why not do something else today than all the usual stuff I usually get up to? Because I usually just walk puppy, sit there and play South Park Stick of Truth, or I'll play Minecraft or whatever. And I thought, no, I will do that today, but I want to do something first. And I decided to hike today. I thought, I never really get to hike anymore. Well, to be fair, they've limited me to be able to do certain stuff, But in saying that, and it's really muddy through here today. In saying all that, that's not going to stop me. I'm optimistic. So, what I need to do is just focus on me and just do what I need to do for now. And, I'm going to be honest on this video. I've really opened myself up to be a stronger Christian. Now what do I mean by that? I mean, I pray more now, and that's a great thing to do. And lesson for the day: just because, I'm going to say this, just because something is not being answered right now, like a prayer is not being answered right now, doesn't mean it will not be answered. Every prayer that we send up to God gets answered eventually. Whether we see that or not, it does. Think about this. Have you ever thought to yourself, man, I'm in a bind. I need help with that. And your friends sense the fact that you need help, so they come to your rescue and they help you. Can you imagine how amazing that is? I can't even imagine how amazing that is. To have God in our lives. He helps us all the time. He does. We might not see it, but it happens. And here's the thing. I've been giving it a lot of thought. It's not just about praying. It's about what He's given us so far and thanking Him for it. Look back at everything you've done that you thought couldn't be accomplished. But now you know that it can be done. Because it may or may not have happened once or twice, maybe 3 times. And you thought, see, for me, I thought for a long time, I'm just going to get the repeating result. I'm not going to have anything new happen to me. Boy, was I wrong. I was wrong. If you put a little faith in yourself, this world is nothing compared to you. And I can honestly say that. I mean, technology helps us, but it enables us. But the fires that burn through our souls are really what count most. And the reason I say that one is because with the enough initiative and drive in our souls to do certain things, we get a lot done. We do. We get a lot done by sitting there and just simply doing. You know, these 2 past months have been rough for me. I'm not going to say it's easy, like drinking water, because it wasn't. And it's still not. But have I given up? Absolutely not. And why am I not going to give up? You only fail if you quit. My dad told me that one time. He said, you only fail if you quit. Now, there's no shame in taking a break. None. Like, if you're playing a video game and you're stuck on a level or a boss fight and you don't know how to do it, you go back, you think you might have quit, but you stop, you think for a minute, and you look up how to defeat that boss, and you go back to it, and you know the boss's weaknesses, and then you defeat that boss. Taking a break is not failing. It's recouping and, in this case, studying up, because you're looking up how to defeat that boss in that boss fight, right? Well, it's the same with life. You gotta, I read something last night. It made a whole lot of sense, actually. Like, a lot of sense. I thought, this makes a lot of sense. If there's a problem in your life, which I'm sure in all of ours, there is a lot of problems. And the thing to remember is, and the key technique to do when you got a problem, you know what that is? I know we've been told this our whole lives, but I think we forget it now and then. So it's good to be reminded about this simple technique. Look at the problem. Look at the root of the problem. Find out. Oh, that's cool. What's that? Is that a worm? Oh, it's a worm. I thought it was a cool rock. Look at the problem. Find out why it's an issue and see if you can resolve it. If you can't resolve it, you gotta let nature take its course and deal with it on its own. I'm gonna give you a really good example. Like, you haven't talked to someone for a while and they need space. What do you do then? How do you get to the root of the problem to fix it? Well, I'll tell you. You leave it be. There's nothing you can do. That person chose to take space. For whatever reason, whether it's through their own problems in their life, or just simply everything was too much for them at the moment, and they need to take a step back, or both. Problems in their life and life was too much at the moment. Whatever it was, you can't be mad about it. Because here's why. Because everybody needs a break. Everybody. Yeah, I know you might get a Kit Kat break at Walmart when you're working at Walmart for 15 minutes, but does that mean you didn't need it? No. It just simply means that you needed time to yourself. And here's the thing about breaks that I've been learning. When someone needs space, don't look at it as, oh my God, what am I going to do without this person for the period of time? Think about this. When they return a rejuvenated person and they feel better about themselves, don't you want to be happy for them when they return? Whoever it might be. Whether it's girlfriend, whether it's friend, acquaintance even. I'll even go that far as saying acquaintance. Whatever it is, don't you want to be happy for that person? Or group. It could be a group. Maybe the whole group decided, let's take a break from just seeing each other for a while. And that's not a bad thing. My dad told me this too. He's been telling me a lot of life lessons. A lot more than my mom lately. And I'm not comparing my mom and dad and their value to advice giving. I'm not. My dad's been pretty intuitive here lately, and it's been pretty inspiring, actually. And I'm happy to listen to him because he makes sense. He does. He makes sense. And the fact that he makes sense makes me want to listen to him more. But what I'm trying to say is, guys, is you got to do what you got to do. But what my dad told me is you got to sit there and you got to let the problem fix itself sometimes. Simply, there's nothing you can do than just wait it out, Wait for the storm to pass, and eventually you'll see sunshine, right? And he also told me, he said, friends don't have to talk to each other. This is a good life tip. Friends are what you make of them. So say, for example, I sit there and I don't talk to someone for 3 months and they're my friend, for example. Does that mean I'm not their friend? No. It just simply means they're occupied with their life and I'm occupied with mine. I'm occupied with my life. And is that bad to do? No, it's not. Absolutely not. I know it might sound a little weird, but I did a little technique last night, and it actually makes you feel better. Even though it might be a little bit childish, but go ahead and give it a try. Make your fist into a ball like this. Like that. Like, make your fist into a ball like that. Pretend you're holding all the problems in your life in the palm of your hand. Like, imagine you're holding everything in the palm of your hand. Look up to the sky and cast it away. Just throw it up in the air and forget about it. Because God's dealing with it now. Imagine all those problems and bad energy in those problems are gone now. And you have nothing to fear and you have nothing to worry about. So, make the most of your day, of what you can in it. You need to sometimes not always try to fix the problem. I've been learning that for the past 2 months, nearly 3 months now. Sometimes you gotta let other people fix the problem. Like, if you got a friendship issue and it needs to be resolved, sometimes there's nothing you can really do until they want to fix it themselves for you and with you. For you and with you at the same time. But that's all I got for now. And I hope you learned a thing or two from my speech that I just gave. I'm really happy to give this speech because just telling all of you that on YouTube makes me feel somewhat better, if not a lot, if not a whole lot better, about myself and what I'm going through in my life, which I will not discuss because they're far too personal to discuss, but I'm just going to leave it at that. And maybe some of you have things that are way too personal to share, and you don't want to talk about it. And you don't have to. If you want to keep it to yourself, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, if it becomes like an even bigger problem, then you might need to tell someone. But besides that, just keep it. No? Keep it to yourself. And I'm not saying lock it away and stuff it away and, never try to rehash it or anything. I'm not saying that. Never look back at it. But when the matter is in your own hands and something is happening about it, deal with it then. Not deal with it 1 or 2, maybe 3 days from now. Like, don't do that. Deal with it when it happens. Like, and I've always said this. This is my last advice for this video. My last advice for it. You can always work on friendships. Big or small, you can work on friendships. You can build them up. You can also tear them down, but I don't know why you would want to. With something so pure as friendship, why would you want to tear that down? Makes no sense. So, you can always build on that relationship and build on your relationship with that person, whether it's girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, husband, fiance, your own kids, who knows, your grandmother, whatever it is, you can sit there and work on it. And there's no limit on how long you can work on it. None. You know how you have to get certain things done in like an 8-hour shift at work? Well, there's no time limit for relationships. They mend on their own merits. You can mend relationships, is what I'm trying to say. You could build on them too. and you can fix them. Just do it. Just wait. If you gotta wait for that other person, then wait. But don't waste your time waiting for that person. Wait for them to contact you. But while you're waiting on them to contact you, enjoy your life and do things you enjoy. You know, I read an article 2 months ago, and I read it, and I got inspired, actually. And I got inspired now to tell you all this, but what I'm going to say is, you have to sit there and just, like I've been saying for all this video, leave it alone. But not just leave it alone, but you have to sit there and you have to embrace it. And not only embrace it, but you also have to do other stuff too. But I don't know. Like, I'm just gonna enjoy this pond for a minute. But that's cool. Oh, the fox coming back. I felt awkward talking in front of that car. But the thing to remember is, you have to sit there and be happy that it will work out in the end. And also, you have to sit there too and realize that it will be fixed at the end, and you'll see the sunshine. You know? And when I was reading that article, to be honest with you, I felt really inspired, like everything it was telling me. Like how a relationship can form and how they can be mended. Like, it was pretty touching, inspiring piece of work, you know? Like, it was crazy. But that's pretty much it. Catch you guys later, and as always, creep it out.